That first tight clench of the jaw as your head hits the pillow, familiar? That was Samantha's every night. The quiet of bedtime was always broken by one thing, the painful click of her jaw. She dreaded going to bed, knowing that by morning she'd wake up with tension headaches, a stiff neck, and that deep aching soreness in her jaw. Like many people living with TMJ pain, Samantha felt stuck in a frustrating loop of pain, poor sleep, and more pain. But it wasn't until she came into my clinic and we created a simple nightly routine together that she finally started to feel some peace and real relief. So today, I'm going to walk you through the exact bedtime routine I shared with Samantha, one that helped calm her jaw, ease the tension, and start getting real sleep again. It's gentle, simple, and something you can start tonight. When Samantha came in, she had tried it all: painkillers, new pillows, mouth guards, but nothing seemed to help long term. That's because TMJ pain isn't just about the joint. It's about stress, posture, muscle tension, and daily habits that keep feeding the cycle. Your TMJ, or temporomandibular joint, is incredibly active. Every time you talk, chew, or yawn, you're using it. And when it gets inflamed or overloaded, it causes a group of symptoms we call TMD. For Samantha, stress was a huge factor. She clenched her jaw during the day and ground her teeth at night. Classic signs of bruxism. What made things worse? She didn't even realize she was doing it until the morning pain reminded her. That cycle of jaw tension, poor sleep, and chronic pain had her exhausted and anxious. But once we put together a consistent, relaxing bedtime routine, things started to shift. If that sounds familiar to you, this same approach might be the start of real, lasting change. Samantha's first breakthrough came when she committed to slowing things down before she got into bed. About an hour before sleep, she turned off the screens. No more late night emails or Instagram scrolling. Instead, she picked up a book, she journaled, or played some calming music. We also made her bedroom feel more restful. Low lighting, a salt lamp, lavender in a diffuser, a cool room temperature. All of these help tell her nervous system it's safe to relax now. She told me later that this part alone helped her feel calmer and fall asleep faster. It was her signal to start letting go physically and mentally. But what if you need a little more help? That's where step 2 comes in, using warmth to release tension. Once she started winding down, the next step was applying heat directly to her jaw muscles, using a TMJ heating pad that uses moist heat for 20 minutes, helped bring blood flow to the area and ease the tightness she had carried all day. Samantha would sit quietly with the warm heating pad covering the side of her head, jaw, all the way down to underneath her chin, and do some deep belly breathing. I taught her to breathe into her belly, letting her stomach rise and fall slowly. That calmed her whole system and started to unwind the tension that kept her jaw clenched. This was no longer just a warm compress. It became an intentional moment of release, her nightly reset. Now, releasing the tension in her jaw was a great first step, but we didn't stop there. We also incorporated step 3 to increase her overall jaw health and mobility. If you're a manual therapist interested in helping people like Samantha, take my Simply TMJ webinar. The link is in the description. I gave her a short sequence of jaw exercises to keep things moving and help retrain her jaw muscles. Relaxed jaw posture. Tip of the tongue resting behind the top teeth, and then jaw relaxed, teeth slightly apart. This helped her body learn where the jaw should rest. Centric relation. With her tongue up and back on the roof of her mouth, lips closed, she would open and close a few millimeters to reset her bite from a chewing bite to a relaxation bite. Take your time, don't hurry. Just a small, tiny motion. Figure 8s and infinity signs. She'd do gentle figure 8 jaw openings in each direction and then sideways 8s or infinity signs in both directions, always pain-free and without clicking. These helped reduce clicking and improved her control. Now the sideways 8s. Doesn't matter what your 8 looks like, no pain and no clicking. Do 10 one way and then 10 the other way. Neck stretches to correct forward head posture that added stress to her temporomandibular joint. We did the sternocleidomastoid, the SCM, and the upper trapezius. Turn your head all the way to the left and then tip down as far as you feel you can go. We'll hold this for 10 seconds. Then come part way back and then tip your head back on a 45-degree angle and hold this for 10 seconds. Keep your teeth together. Now we'll do the other side. So rotate as far as you can go in the opposite direction. Tip your chin down. We'll hold this for 10 seconds. And then come back up and then rotate part way and keeping your teeth together, tip all the way back. You can hold your collarbone down. You'll make that feel a little bit clearer in through your neck. Keeping your shoulder down, tip your head to the side, the whole neck, not just the head. Hold this for 20 seconds. Keep your head facing straight. Don't let it rotate or roll. Then we do the other side. Keep your shoulder down and tip the other way. Again, hold this for 20 seconds. It's just a little pull. It's like pulling on your nose. Don't pull too hard. Resisted open and closing. Light resistance to build strength without overworking the joint. There are different ways to do resistance and movements for the jaw. Resist opening and hold for a few seconds and then relax closed. Resist opening to the side. Slightly have your teeth apart and resist moving to one side and back to neutral. And then repeat that on the other side. Check out my somatics video entitled Easy Jaw Tricks on the movements. But these were the movements that I gave Samantha to start with. I told Samantha, never push into pain. Let the movement be light, controlled, and restorative. After a few nights, she said her jaw no longer felt on edge when she went to bed. The tension she'd once ignored now had a place to go. Samantha is well on her way to a better night's sleep, but there's one finishing touch we want to put on her nightly sleep routine. This part was huge for Samantha. She'd always been a stomach sleeper, often with her hand tucked under her jaw. Not great for the TMJ. We worked on getting her to sleep on her back. It didn't happen overnight, pardon the pun, but she worked to retrain her sleeping habits so she could fall asleep on her back. She also switched to a buckwheat husk pillow that supported her neck without pushing her head forward while lying on her back and could be bunched up for support when lying on her side. That change alone took a lot of pressure off her jaw. I reminded her, if you're sleeping in a position that strains your jaw, even the best routine won't stick. Fixing your sleep setup is foundational. A few weeks after we started, Samantha told me something that really stuck. I actually look forward to going to bed now. That's the power of a nightly TMJ routine. It's not just about symptom relief. It's about reclaiming your rest, your energy, and your peace of mind. If you're like Samantha, exhausted by jaw pain and ready for change, try this bedtime routine. Make it yours. The most important thing is consistency. Here's a playlist of some of the things I mentioned. Thanks for taking this time for yourself. You deserve a restful, pain-free sleep. Sweet dreams.